Hello, everybody. Welcome to my late night Cokeathon. Late night. Why I'm saying late night is because I was supposed to start at around 10, uh, but thank God I put in about 10. Although I'm going to see there's a very impatient crowd. Hopefully, everybody can hear me. Okay, perfect. I can hear myself. Put on the chat. I can see that too. And yeah, late night. So yes, it's late night, and I was trying to figure something. I was finishing up a thing with a friend. Then I had some technical stuff once again. The live streaming. That's what always happens. And so yeah, I figured I had a little bit of leeway, but yeah, I didn't want to start this late. Hopefully, there's still going to be somebody watching by now, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, we shall be live for an um and I didn't specifically put in a uh, time that's this stream's supposed to end because honestly I don't know. We'll see how the crowd is, if there is a crowd. I did invite. I did send all the invites like on Wednesday, about 1,000 invites. There was like 50, I believe 50 attendees or something like that. So let me just check that real quick as well. The 34? Oh dang! Thought there was more. I guess only 34 accepted, which is unusual. I don't know. It just that's the whole maybe, and this is kind of my other theory because one theory is that LinkedIn reach has gone to crap, or yeah, it's past 10 on well, East Coast and Central is past 10, so I can start saying a little bit of curse words. So let's just say, yeah. So all this stuff with LinkedIn, not being, not reaching it, not being able to reach anybody. Well, that's like, you know, either because they are pushing this, and I'll actually show you this. That's gonna be my first number one exhibit here. Let me share my screen here. Post, I think. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, let's share this. Let's see if we can see it. Perfect, we can. All right. So this was the first rule of LinkedIn post. Talk about LinkedIn or whatever, and it did actually do uh, you know, better than the other streams. Than the other streams, than the other posts that I had that were talking about other stuff than LinkedIn, despite getting less amount of lower amount of impressions than that. So yeah, that was to me that was a little bit surprising. And why the sweatshirt? LOL. Well, I mean, I just wear a sweatshirt. Is that my barred from wearing a sweatshirt? If it hang on, I got some. If it pisses you off that much, here it is again. Look at this. I'm wearing a sweatshirt, people. I know it's a cardinal sin. It's a cardinal sin to wear a sweatshirt. Uh, I don't know. That's an interesting question. Uh, yeah, but I just like to wear a sweatshirt. That's yeah. It's not necessarily. It was pretty hot over here today, surprisingly, because Monday was freezing and it was actually snowing. And then now today the maximum was like 70. I was walking around in shorts, but I still like to wear a sweatshirt. Why not? Because I just like to wear it. So yeah, I just want to take boom. All right, let me minimize myself. So what was funny about this is that number one, it got more impressions than other stuff, and look at that. Boop. They've been pushing this like promotion stuff like crazy, and I swear I've seen this like whenever I um, click a post, click one of my own posts, obviously. Whenever I click it and like maximize it, pretty much, like every other time this pops up. Oh yeah, promote, come on, boost it, let's go, give us money. That's what it always shows you. Short sleeves, shorts, etc. I actually do have my sleeves rolled up, so that's another thing. But I don't know. I just like to. I'm just comfortable wearing a sweatshirt. I got 2 viewers on YouTube. I don't know who those are because I can see that my dad is on LinkedIn. That means 2 other viewers on YouTube. They're likely unaffiliated, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I did want to. Of course, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the stream, but let me stop sharing. Boom. Okay. All right. So, to everybody, enjoy. Happy Friday. There it is. Here's my Coke. You know, and so yeah, so that's just my Coke, and oh, I got a thing here. Yeah, this well, I literally just washed it. Make it three. Respect the hustle. Keep it up. Thank you very much, sir. Not sure who you are, but an unknown viewer. That has not happened in a while. Thank you very much. So cheers to you. Cheers to everybody who's here, and hopefully it'll be a nice show. And yeah, so I'll probably be going through a lot of stuff. But first of all, cheers. All right, and now that that's out of the way, we can continue on other stuff. So yeah, and by the way, I want to make this clear. Um, Feel free to I don't know, just list whatever you want me to talk about in the comments because that's or the chat, whatever you're on. Because I'm streaming on 3 platforms right now: LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. So please do, yeah, if you have any questions, if you have anything you want me to go in deep on, or if you have anything of that sort, just feel free to leave it in the comments because my interests are all over the place. You can and literally anything because I'm not today's not Sunday. I usually have another stream on Sunday where I'm just talking about usually pretty random stuff, but more geared towards my content and AI and tech. But today is just like a very like free day, I would say. So I'm just gonna be talking about everything from history to legal cases, AI, technology, astronomy, uh, some philosophy, even religion. We've had that before on here. It's interesting, but yeah. So everything goes basically. That's the general. That's the general message from me to you. So yeah, like I said, feel free to leave anything you would like in the chat, and yeah, and I'll go through it because unless I get like a I don't know, like 1,000 viewers out of nowhere, I get rated by somebody. Well, unless that happens, then I can see that comments pop up pretty slow, so I'll be able to go through each one in depth. So you'll get a very exclusive sort of input from a random person. Perhaps you've never seen me before. Perhaps you have. I don't know. But I don't know who RFEQ. I'm not sure. RFEQ probably. I'm not sure who that is. But make it three. Respect. Also keep it up. He was here and now he's gone. Now we got 2 viewers on YouTube. Once again, it kind of it's interesting. It keeps popping in and out. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. It's interesting on YouTube. How about LinkedIn? How's LinkedIn looking? Let's see. Click to join. Our live. Perfect. Still. There's 2 or something like that. Yeah, of course there are. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Anyways, so let's see it. Let's see it. What did I want to get into? So that was number one. Oh wow, look at that! 3 people on YouTube once again. Welcome to all the newcomers. I don't want to keep repeating it, but just whatever comes to your mind, put it in the comments. Whatever news you've heard, whatever. Like I said, literally whatever you want to put in the comments. I'll answer to the best of my knowledge, and yeah. So, but other than that, I did have. I didn't have plans for this stream. Not really. It's kind of like always very. For me, it's streams are always impromptu. I don't go through the painstaking. Oh, display the comment. Oh, true. I can do that. Yes, I can do that. Here we go. Yeah. Well, I don't like it sometimes because with that it sometimes just it makes me smaller, and whenever I try to like share something here, wait, I'm trying to share like this for example, it does that, and it kind of sometimes it pisses me off. So I'll have to deal with that. Also the the watermark is kind of blocking the first comment on screen, so that's a little uh, it's wrong, but okay. Anyways, so yeah, now the comments are displayed so you can see it. But I probably won't have them on if I'm sharing my screen, obviously, because you cannot see fuck all. So I'm just gonna turn that off for right now. Anyways, let's see them. Let's see all these videos. I've made a lot of them previously, so I guess I'll just make a continuation because a couple of weeks ago, I did have kind of an idea, and I made a stream where I just kind of went through my old shorts and all that type of stuff. And so, you know, it was pretty, it was interesting. It was interesting to look back and kind of see how far I've come. I'll show here. Let's see. This is what is 2023, and I've been making this for a long time. Hang on. Threads will not beat Twitter. I think, honestly, hang on. Let's see this. Boo, boo, boo. Wait. Oh, it's a long short. I don't make those shorts that long now. Oh, it's gonna start playing, isn't it? Please load up first. Shush. Okay, here we go. Bam, bam. You see it? Perfect. We can see it. You control everything. That's the fun of the stream. Got to talk, think, and be the DJ. Yes, absolutely. I'm aware, but sometimes it's hard to focus on everything when I'm on. It would be very helpful to have like two monitors, but you know, still working towards that. But once I have two monitors, it'll be one will have the chat and whatever else, and the other one will have whatever I'm sharing in the stream, because it's hard to be on two tabs at once. Be here on YouTube and play this video, and at the same time watch the comments that are flowing in. It's a little hard. And actually, wait, I just want to have one tab always kind of open on the LinkedIn stream, because I had to reconnect. There was an issue with it for a little bit, I think, but should be good. Hang on, okay. So I'll mute this. Okay, and let's have this plan. I also want to have a kind of a live count of how many people showed up. Not that many, probably. It is what it is, but hopefully we can get some interesting input from the people in the chat. We're already at 13 minutes. These, whenever I plan to go longer than 30 minutes, it's always like it's always interesting that time seems to go faster. But anyways, we'll probably go for like I'll say an hour and a half minimum, and I'll just be talking about random stuff. And anyways, so here's the first, well, not the first, but here's a short that I made in where's this? Oh, here it is, July 7th, 2023. So this is a 2 years and 4 month old short, and you shall see it, whether it has come true or not. So let's see. Threads will not beat Twitter. Meta's Threads are a new app that is supposed to rival Twitter, and they are directly tied with Instagram. Meaning if you have an Instagram profile, you can automatically create a Threads account. The thing with Threads is that they are just a pure copy of Twitter. Even the interface of the homepage is basically the same. And even though they have a huge growth, 30 million just in the past 24 hours, they will fall off because most of these users are just Instagram users coming to create a Threads account. And in addition to all of this, Elon Musk is now suing Threads for abusing and scraping Twitter's data without Twitter's permission, which gives further evidence to the fact that Threads is just basically a copy of Twitter. And a lot of people are still migrating and flogging to Twitter because they have free speech. Meanwhile, Threads, they go by Meta's rules, meaning no hate speech and stuff like that. And if you do want to create a Threads account, please do. Explore it, and you will probably soon find out that it is just a pure copy of Twitter. There's nothing more to it. And what do you think? Will Threads surpass Twitter in users? Comment below, like, share, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Oh yeah, this is actually really good. I'm surprised by how good that is, considering that's like 2 months after I started creating shorts with me in them. Until then, it was only my dad, but that changed. And let's see if we have new comments. Nothing yet. Perfect. Well, anyways, time for me. Let's just keep talking, shall we? And I'm honestly surprised by how much research I did into this. Now I'm not surprised that it's a minute long, because it's kind of full the video is. I mean, it's like an image here, thing there, then another thing there, threatening to for abuse, and then the actual, like, what is this, like a cease and desist letter or something. That's funny. Yeah, that really did put some uh, research into this. So yeah, I'm surprised at myself. Good job, Corral the fourth from 2 years ago. Good freaking job. And yeah, but I don't think this is still not true. I mean, well, it's still true actually. Sorry, Threads is not beating Twitter by a long shot. With all the stuff that Musk's been updating, putting in, and innovating, Threads is, very kind of, how would I put this? It's very, gosh, I'm trying to put this in a way, very behind, like very far behind, I would say. Not technologically maybe, but they are like technologically okay, but they are far behind in users at least. Or maybe they can claim whatever they want. They about 1 billion whatever users. You know, I don't hear, and we can compare this, I believe, here. If I try to add a hashtag, if I press Twitter, or because Twitter is still actually a hashtag, because people just don't use X, because if and just X is impossible to use because there's only like, there's so many tags, and I don't think you can only have a one letter hashtag. And then so Twitter is at 2.1 million videos so far. What about Threads? Yeah, it's like that. I know it's new, and Twitter has kind of been a thing for before that, but at the same time, this is, you know, and at the same time, Twitter is very unique. Threads, thread, it's a pretty common word, so that's another thing. Anyways, so that's just kind of showcase that it's not really, that's not really, how would I put this? It's not really, you know trendy, or it's not popular, I would say. Yeah. And so yeah, so that's a thing. And then discard changes. Yes, I do want discard changes. I don't want to save that. I want to keep everything as it has been. I don't like to change history. Shocking. Private Facebook messages using court case. That was also an interesting one. I was also surprised by the use of the music. Now that I'm thinking of it, that specific song or music, whatever, ambience, wasn't really, I don't know, it wasn't really matching the topic or whatever. But I did kind of like it, honestly, for myself at least. So maybe I'll start doing that again, just adding a song or two. But it's really hard to find. I think I remember making it, and it was pretty hard to find, you know, a song, because I have to use only non-copyright songs, and sometimes they can be really hard to find. They can be trashy. So yeah. Anyways, another one is watch out. Let's just see. Where fake Windows updates open and on investigation. Instagram. This, I remember. This was um, a video that was, I believe it was the first to reach 1,000. I was really excited about this one. I was like watching it all the time. I was obsessed. I was like, oh my gosh, it reached 1,000, and then it kept going. But yeah, because it was well made, honestly. Like the first, and I wanted to design it specifically because it was only 24 seconds, and it had a really good hook. Just let's watch it. And load. It's loaded, but I can't see. Oh, let's pause it. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Dang it, who is this? Sorry, I'm just trying to figure it out. Hang on. Share this tab instead. Now it's a spinning circle. Of course it is. Maybe we'll stop.
Zuckerberg is holding your Instagram account.
It's lagging. Hang on. There we go.
Zuckerberg is holding your Instagram account hostage with Threads. How? Well, if you created a Threads account and you want to delete it, you have to delete your Instagram profile. So he lured everybody into Threads, took their Instagram account hostage, and effectively trapped them in Threads. Zuckerberg said that they're going to fix this, but nobody knows when. So if you created a Threads account, for the time being, you're stuck with it. Does this seem like a scummy tactic to keep Threads alive? Comment right here.
What did people think? Someone who doesn't have Instagram says, I see this as a win. Yep. Only if you downloaded Threads. Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, it is. They fixed it. I remember them making an announcement or whatever, like, oh yeah, you can finally delete your Threads account. Which I don't know. I don't know why it wasn't an option. It's not that hard to code in, hopefully, or add in. It was a little weird that they didn't do it, and so in my opinion, they were just trying to really just they were basically just trying to increase their inflate their base and user base really like artificially, because they knew they wouldn't be getting a lot, and it was hollow. It was a shell. I remember when I first like got onto it, it was, I don't know, it was just weird. It seemed very similar to Twitter. It was really eerie, and so from then on, I stuck with Twitter. And yeah, I mean, Threads is, as a platform itself, okay, but the people on there, and it's like, I think it's because it's really like algorithm based for me, but for me it almost seems like blue sky, that there's nothing people like nothing else people talk about other than politics. Politics is like the main, it's running the show on Threads. On Twitter, sure, but there's a lot of other niche communities and stuff like that, on Threads. I've never heard of any niche communities on Threads, honestly. Maybe I haven't looked that deep into it. Maybe it is a hidden gem or something like that, or perhaps it's just kind of a very obscure app that traffickers, drug traffickers, human traffickers use to communicate. Who knows? I'm not sure. I don't want to make any assumptions. I don't want to get sued by Meta, so let's just pretend I never said that. Anyways, now another one. So, but yeah, so that was an interesting show. Boom. Okay. And so let's share this time instead, and then here, AI. Here's another good one. Oh yeah, hang on. Let's just see this. In this hashtag video, yeah, I remember these. I remember these. How I used to do these descriptions. It's funny. Anyways, video link. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, share this tab instead.
The police use AI to snatch texting truckers. How does it work? Okay.
Dang, freaking every time. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Camera will take a picture of the police use AI to snatch texting truckers. How does it work? A camera will take a picture of the license plate and the inside of the driver's cab, and then the AI will analyze whether the driver was using a phone. And if the trucker was using a phone, the system will alert nearby police units. And also, the AI can detect whether the driver had a seatbelt on. Thus far, the system is only being used in North Carolina, but it might spread to other parts of the US. But what if the AI makes a mistake? Nobody has an answer for that. The police might stop a driver who wasn't even on a phone or had a seatbelt on. Do you have any concerns about the technology? Is it a good idea? Comment your thoughts right here.
Yeah, and that's what I was. I didn't know if I was going to mention it, but I did. But I did actually mention it. I was surprised by myself. Good job once again, Corel from 2 years ago, Corel the fourth. Because yes, it can absolutely. Uh, and that's still true, by the way. AI is not perfect. Hallucinations are very common, so common, really common. So just people need to be careful with this. And thankfully, a lot of agencies and um, companies and everybody, actually, like, everybody's kind of putting their hands away from AI now. They used to do it a lot. There was a huge push for AI in companies here, there, everywhere. But then they kind of realized, it's actually just better to have people manually reviewing everything. Like, there was a story with what was that company? Klarna. Klarna, that company that does what do they do? Basically, they give you loans or something like that. Anyways, they basically give. I think it works like this: they give you a virtual card. You can use it on places that support this form of payment, Klarna, and it basically gives you kind of like a pay in 4, pay in 6, or pay in 8 options. So it gives you those options, and then it basically splits into several bi-weekly installments, I think. So you can pay that way, and it's not bad. It doesn't work. It's pretty good thing. But at the same time, they started employing a lot of AI. What was that, like 2 years ago? I want to say. And what they found out is like, oh yeah, it's really fast, and it answers it answers everybody really quickly, and well, they thought effectively, but we're gonna find out they didn't. And come to find out eventually that like 80% of the user queries and questions and stuff like that towards the AI chatbot were redirected to humans, right? So they were like, yeah, actually, it's not that good. It's actually just better to have a human workforce, because it literally, like 80% of the cases, they just got transferred to humans. And by the way, they did actually lay off some of the people, some of the humans, which is surprising, a really surprising move. And then they needed to rehire them because the AI was doing a bad job. And so I think they still kind of utilize the AI, but now they have actually people who can, you know, it's getting better. I think, like with a lot of companies that use specific small language models for their for whatever they do, right? Because you can specifically train them for whatever you got, what like all the stuff you offer, your guidelines, everything like that. And so you can train it pretty effectively. So it's getting better, but they still need to have a big employee base for the AI to redirect the queries to, because literally redirected 80% of the queries that came to us. So it literally overloaded the poor people, the poor customer service workers who were trying to answer all these queries. So that's a bad idea in general, to just over rely on AI. And that's another thing with what I just showed you, the texting truck drivers, because and that was back in 2023, which AI was way worse than it is now. And I was like kind of wondering, how can it tell it you have a seatbelt on, or how can it tell you have a phone in your hand, right? Like, what if, for example, it's just a darker sandwich or something like that? You eat it, and then boom, camera snapshots, boom, cops behind you, and they're like, "Yeah, we actually have a photo of you right here. Look at this," and they're gonna show you the photo of of you eating the sandwich, and like, it's literally just a sandwich. And so it's pointless, and I think it's just kind of, it might even be a little unconstitutional, because it's going to lead to unreasonable kind of detentions and stuff like that, right? Like unlawful detention. So I don't know where it led to. I never looked deeper into it, but maybe since I haven't heard anything of it, they either just carefully and very quietly rolled it back. And probably, I'm assuming that if they did actually catch someone on their phone, then I'm assuming, yeah, somebody probably sued them for an unlawful stop, and they had to like get away with it, get away from it, because they had to pay that person out big money. So yeah, that was a thing. And let's see. So I just saw that there was 3 viewers. Like, it keeps kind of like I said, it keeps kind of jumping around on YouTube. It's very volatile tonight, which it's usually isn't that way on like a Sunday. It's usually like 1, 2, maybe 3, but it's pretty steady all throughout. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. And I did have, on that topic, I had another one. I had another video, which was, let's see. It's Kroger AI. Something about Kroger. I should do this. Let me cheat a little bit. Scroll. Ah, there's a hit. Where's the hit? It says there's a hit. Oh yeah, here. Okay. Let's see it. All right. Oh yes, this is it. I remember this one. But before we watch it, I do have to take a. Hush! I don't want to hear you, Carell. Shh. Yeah. It's probably 47 comments on this one. Okay, that's pretty crazy. Okay, but I do need to take a bathroom break. So, oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. Well, showcase this, but yes, Klarna is basically a layaway plan. Yeah, just kind kind of pay in 4, pay in 6, pay in 8, whatever you can you want to do. So let me take one more drink. Cheers, guys. And now it is time for a quick break, but I'm gonna have to set it. I have to be quick about it. I'm gonna have to set it like to 1 minute or so. So I'll be right back. Thank you very much for still sticking with me. Haha, back just a little bit of ahead of schedule. But no, not that. Because I already wanted to use the restroom when I started the stream, but I figure I'll just start it and then I'll see how long I can go without needing to go to the restroom. And I lasted 30 minutes, so I'm actually proud of that. Anyways, so no, not a small bladder, not at all. And do not fly. Get out of here. So yeah, do not make fun of that. Anyways, boom. So now this one. This was a funny story and a funny case, and yes, this actually happened. I'm not. I'm definitely not. I'm not lying about this. All right, let's see. Share this tab instead. Let's watch.
I got harassed by Kroger's self-checkout AI. Kroger and Walmart have started to put these AI cameras above self-checkout registers. These cameras then watch you scan and bag your items, and if it sees you attempting to steal, it's going to flag it and alert a store employee. This happened to me because as I was scanning, it stopped me in the middle of it and a store employee came over. The computer then showed him a video review, like we're in a football game, and it showed my hands like this, like crossing over, and it thought I was stealing something. So the employee just clicked that I wasn't stealing and was off to helping other customers because it was flagging all of them. So don't forget, when you go to Kroger or Walmart next time, you need to scan your item and bag it before attempting to scan the next item. Subscribe to my channel and let me know in the comments what you think of this new technology.
Yeah, you gotta be way more. It's way more tedious. You gotta be way more slower with the process now. And yeah, it's like everybody. A lot of people are, you know, they know they are not fans of this. So yeah, differences in self checkout. It's really just very much intrusions, and I think they rolled these like changes back as well, somewhat. A lot of stores are still using them. The AI has gotten better, but like that was a little ridiculous because I was holding like items. Yeah, how was this? Here, I was holding maximize this. Sorry, boom. So I was holding items like this. So here's the cart on my side. I was putting it like this. So I was scanning. I put the item in it, and then as I had the next item and I was scanning it, I put this one in, and then I crossed my hands to grab the next item. I scanned this and I like tried to do it that way. Maybe not the smartest kind of putting away items into bags, but at the same time, it shouldn't have been an issue, right? Because I did scan both items and both were going into the cart. I simply just crossed my hands like this. So I thought I was like, hiding something in my thing. I just have a sleight of hand. Maybe I'm a magician somehow. Like, suddenly it's in the back. Suddenly it's in the bag. No, I'm not that. I'm not a illusionist. No, 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 sir. So it was interesting to see it in action though, and yeah, it was literally, I remember specifically, it was scanning and like people were trying to scan it, and everybody's like things were lighting up. It was probably like a pilot thing at the store. I remember it was in Peoria. I remember it happened in Peoria, Illinois, and it was just really it was just really interesting, and I did not appreciate being stopped like that, because then they automatically assume that they automatically treat you like a criminal almost. Now, thankfully, years later, as more stores employ it, and most of the time when a person gets flagged like that, it's always most of the time it's going to be a mistake, and yeah, not actual shoplifting. And so yeah, there's many other ways to shoplift than going through like self checkout stuff like that. There's a lot of shoplifting that happens at self checkouts, but people usually don't even like put the stolen merchandise going like under the camera. So yeah, and definitely they usually don't even scan it. So yeah, by that point it should flag you. But if you scan everything and simply cross over your hands, no, not like that. Okay, next one. Boom, 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 boom. Here we are. Here we go. Let's see. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, let's pause this one for a little bit. Stop sharing. Okay. Now there's a mandatory talking kind of a LinkedIn ass licking segment, where I'm gonna have to praise LinkedIn and everything. So let me go back to LinkedIn, because since I've been on other platforms so far, I have not been getting views on LinkedIn. So let's see if when I start showing LinkedIn on screen or whatever, or one of my posts, let's see if it attracts viewers, somehow. Let's see if it suddenly gets a boost in impressions. I'm actually curious. Let's see, share screen, LinkedIn. Which one's this one right here? Right? Not the statistics. I don't want to see the statistics. I want to see this. Oh, hang on, another one. I just caught it. Again, see, promote this post. So first it shows you it here. Yes, it shows. Of course, it shows you it here. And then when you go into the insights, boom, it shows you right here. They're pushing it like crazy, and that's why we've been thinking that they're just pushing really for pay to play type of type of a thing, type of a service that you pay and then you get to play. But it's not a good idea, I don't think, from my perspective. I was going to say that at the beginning. I wanted to say something about a second possibility, but I forgot what it was. 34 because I wanted to say that in connection to the number of attendees or whatever. Oh yeah. I wanted to say this, and that's just a theory. Maybe, and I mean just maybe, perhaps LinkedIn just died. Honestly, because it was surprising to me. I invited like usual, like last year, I would invite 1,000 people or something like that, and let's say 70 would sign up. I can actually show you. All right, let's see events. Okay, thank God they keep the history. Anyways, let's see for the. Yeah, I did a lot of these. Boop boop boop. Is there more? No way. Okay, there's not. Let's see for like the most popular one or something like that. I think it was like one of the most popular ones. Let's see it. How did this do? 15 likes and had 75 attendees. Okay, it has 75 attendees, and mind you, I do invite the same number and the same kind of like type of people. I always like invite people from United States, United Kingdom, and Canada. That's the three countries I always invite people from. I scroll all the way down, select everybody. Always around 970 people or so. I'll click some of them, and then I invite. And that's been happening every single stream ever since last year. So compare that to now this. Yeah. So that was my other theory, that perhaps LinkedIn just kind of got abandoned, at least for the time being, because I've been noticing that a lot of the people that I used to actually, talk to, and who were active, who were posting, who were even some who were like doing live streams with me. For example, this guy, Leslie Wooten, who I did a podcast episode with. Revisiting him after a little bit. Load. He's still actually posting. All right. Okay. I respect that. I think he wasn't. I think I just saw before. Oh wait, hang on. Oh, he reposted that. Okay. Was he reposting? Yeah, he's just reposting stuff actually, but he's still active. He's still on there because I remember he did give me a like, but I swear he just like recently became more active. Yeah. I think so. 1 week. Because before that, he took like a hiatus almost. Yeah, 1 month, 2 weeks. It's a little interesting. So he was a little more sporadic. What about this guy? I did also a podcast episode with him. We did some stuff together. A client of mine as well. All right. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yes, he is still active with his Unfiltered Solopreneur podcast. So that's another thing. So yeah, he's still active. That's cool. That's nice. I can see. So some of these people are still active, but then others are not, and it shows because again, only 35 people sign up. If I can click back through, please. Okay. Yeah. Here maybe. Yeah. Only 35. So that number kind of surprised me. And again, yeah, it's usually I would invite people like it's not about the amount of time that has passed since I invited them, because I invited them several days ago, and so people have had time to click on it. But yeah, so it's a little interesting. So that's another theory for you, you, Mr. Corell in chats, Mr. Corell in the chat. If you are still in the chat, I don't know. Maybe you fell asleep, huh? It's too late for you. You're getting too old. Cheers to that. Oh man, yeah. Okay. So yes, so we were on LinkedIn right now, but I said I was gonna ask Lick a little more. I was kind of demeaning LinkedIn. I don't think that I really appreciated it. So let me go back to new profile. Okay. 10 comments. Yeah. Oh yeah, I just posted my LinkedIn content optimized for booming impressions. We'll actually check that out. I just wanted to go through this one. First rule of LinkedIn: talk about LinkedIn. It's still there. I swear, it disappeared before. It's still there. it sees I'm coming back to it. It's still there. You know what, LinkedIn? I'll click boost. What's gonna happen? All right, well, how much you want from me? How much you want from me? More impressions? Yes, I want more impressions. I just want to see what happens. I hope that I don't have any saved payment details. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh man, spend audience size 18. Well, 1.8 million impressions. What? I don't understand this. Honestly. How can it have that huge of an audience size and only like a 5,000 impressions at the most? It's a little ridiculous. So let's not. Yeah, I mean for five. Oh man. Yeah, I'm not doing this, but I just wanted to kind of see like what are they offering and to kind of satisfy it a little bit. But yeah, this is what they're offering. But I'm not going to buy anything. So I satisfied. I clicked on the link. Boom, there you go, LinkedIn. I was thinking about it. Maybe if you gave me just a little more impressions, maybe then I would consider boosting them and boosting engagement as well. Who knows? Did this seriously say you could boost engagement? Hang on. Yeah, I'm wondering how they can control this. Because, for example, on Twitter, if I want to buy an ad, it can only guarantee you a certain amount of views. But apparently on LinkedIn, you can also opt in for more engagement and followers. Interesting. Perhaps. LinkedIn has a small army of bots itself that it sends out and like people's posts and follow them. I don't know. That's a speculation. I'm putting on my. Have to make an aluminum hat soon because I'm talking about a lot of conspiracies always. Oh, whoops! I forgot. I didn't want to stop sharing. It's a mistake. Oh, so here's on. Yes, I supposed to have linked. Yes, we will check that out now. A big part is that people don't stay involved with LinkedIn. Life also happens outside of LinkedIn. That's true. But at the same time, I would understand it over the summer, right? Because over the summer it died off. I was like, okay, cool. People are gone for the summer doing whatever. So it was expected, but then they didn't come back, and that was surprising to me. Is it still on? Yes, let's see the green light. It's still on. And by the way, it still can outwork you young whippersnappers, aka sleeping generation. Well, I can't really argue with that. I cannot unfortunately argue with that because it is a little true. So yeah, but another one. LinkedIn knows who comments on the topics and content you posted. It will select target audiences accordingly. But how can they guarantee that, right? How can they guarantee that for the amount of money you're going to get that amount of likes or followers? I guess maybe perhaps they'll just offer it until But again, you're paying only for a certain amount of time that they're going to offer the ad for, or like the boost for, right? So that's why it seems weird to me that I don't know. I feel like they just can't guarantee it, right? So it doesn't make sense to me. Uh, how are they so sure that it's going to get that amount, right? In the time that you paid for. So again, a little suspicious. That's why I'm kind of suspicious. Anyways, two. All right, here we go. First of all, okay, I didn't want to share this. I just want to get into this already. Come on. All right, here we go. Boom. First rule of LinkedIn, talk about LinkedIn. The second rule of LinkedIn, keep talking about it. Because around here, the platform was a good story about LinkedIn. Share your wins on LinkedIn. Share your lessons from LinkedIn. Share how LinkedIn helps you grow, connect, build, recruit, expand, and level up. And if you want to promote your business, slide it right in between your LinkedIn wisdom. Something like, I've learned so much on LinkedIn. By the way, here's how my service helps people. And thanks to LinkedIn, I get to meet the kind of folks who actually need it. Seamless. Seamless. The crowd stays happy, the reach stays flowing, and the algorithm stays listening. So here I am. Hang on. Oh man, hang on. Come on, let me change it. So here I am talking about LinkedIn, on LinkedIn, for LinkedIn, right? Let's see how far this travels. Let's see how far that message travels. Perhaps I will get suddenly more views now. Hang on, wait. No way. You see another, who's this? LinkedIn. It shows up as a LinkedIn user. I don't know who LinkedIn user is. Why does it show up as LinkedIn user? It's a little weird. Yes, advertise. That's a new one. Advertise. Of course, it's a specific button. Interesting. So maybe they shadow banned you, Mr. Kronberg. They shadow banned you. Look at you. Your comment is now a LinkedIn user. It's labeled as a LinkedIn user. It's a game of numbers. They know who is a passive user and who comments 20 times a day. Yeah, I guess they can kind of guess that. But still, it's weird because I don't usually see platforms offering like more followers than engagement. Only views, like only exposure, only views, only impressions, never more engagements or followers. Like that just sounds like botting to me instantly. That's just the first impression that came to mind. Anyways, let me like all of this stuff. Boom, 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 boom. Some comments. Okay. Well, so many comments before only one person. Perhaps I thought I had a little bit of a hope that the LinkedIn user was somebody else, but unfortunately, it does not seem like that. Maybe I hope again that for the next 30 minutes that I'm going to be on 100%, LinkedIn will send me some viewers my way, hopefully, and it'll become more of a party other than a one-man show so far. And until then, let's see. Let's search up this guy. All right. If I can, here we go. LinkedIn. Yes, LinkedIn. Harassment case. We go through some of these. It's funny. All right. Calm storm follow. This is not it. Yeah, this is not the LinkedIn optimized. So getting 11. I know he showed this. It's 12 likes, basically. And it's 12 likes, 70 impressions. Again, 12 likes, 70 impressions, not a LinkedIn post. 14 likes, but it has double the impressions almost. Just funny. It's hilarious. Actually, 3 times the impressions of the Sunday's deep thought. That's hilarious. Yeah. And then what is this? Why your business posts don't get seen and why is this okay? Anyway, LinkedIn, yeah, another one mentioned in LinkedIn. And again, it has even more, like 4.5 more times impressions than this one. It only got 4 likes. It still has 4 times more. It's crazy. That's not how it used to work. It's a little wild. And yes, Mr. Italian gangster. Again, LinkedIn in person. I wonder how many impressions these posts got. You have to make an update post on that. This is AI? Huh. Wow. That's really interesting. It's very, very realistic. I'm surprised because AI usually makes you unrecognizable to an extent, but it's peculiar. Why LinkedIn is the cornerstone of my growth strategy. Yes, LinkedIn cornerstone. Yes, I hope that should be booming. Indeed. I forgot to hide this. Oh, gosh darn! I'm not showing this. I was not showing this entire thing. Oh man, of course. Oh, can't win. Yeah, I was talking about these. This was hilarious. Yeah, 4.5 more times than the post I got 12 likes on. 3 times less likes, which is just, I don't know. It's weird how it's working out, but yeah. Now, there's another thing. Big comment. Big comment. Let's see. I started posting on LinkedIn regularly a couple of years ago. Only a few people are still around from the original crowd. Over the years, I engaged with dozens and dozens of people regularly. Generally, most of them last about 3 months and then they disappear. From the original people, I think there's only literally a handful, 4 to 5, that stuck around the entire time. It's just like life. People come and go. Yeah, well, you know, it's true. Yeah, a lot of the social media platforms are like that. Uh, again, to give LinkedIn a little more benefit of the doubt, there hasn't been a platform, I think, ever to keep the same users active for a very long time. Again, it's only like a handful that are active over 14 years or something like that. Maybe like I don't know, YouTube. YouTube is a pretty good example of a long retention platform, but it's because it's the only like video platform and kind of like it has a long retention because obviously like you can watch videos on there, everybody posts on there, stuff like that. So yeah, but trends come and go again. YouTube will eventually probably likely be replaced by another thing, or maybe like by a kind of a branch off of YouTube. Who knows? That's another thing. Within minutes, my optimized post is getting him engagement. Yeah, that's just hilarious. Yeah, before I do like, yes, let's like it. Let's like it like bots. Boom, boom. Right, that's how you like. That's how you. That's how you kind of inflate the numbers here. Comments. There you go, Kiran Krishna. Of course, instead of getting comments from people who you never spoken with. It's really interesting. So yeah, so that's a lesson from LinkedIn, I guess. And what else do I get into now? What else did I get into? Oh yeah, I did want to get into this because I was told to watch this video. If I can get on YouTube, I was told to watch it because I was told it was interesting to watch, and so I'll play it on stream and just eat some pretzels while we watch it. Because since there is nobody watching right now, you know, then I'll just do what I want. Because since there is nobody that wants anything else, if there was somebody in the comments right now that told me, "Hey, talk about this instant," I would. But unfortunately, there's nobody like that in the comments. So, oh man, this is taking a while to load. Man, okay, nothing up. Yeah, that was eating my memory like crazy. Were you talking about this one? No way we were talking about this one. This is a perfect one. If it can only load properly, please. I beg, I beg, I beg. Oh man. So here we go. Perhaps yes. Share this tab instead. Boom. Here we are. I'm surprised there's no AI slop comments yet. It's always, well, usually there's something like that, but not yet. Not tonight. Not today. Maybe people stop. Maybe people start liking AI slop. Yes, always when I'm eating, because I did buy these pretzels specifically to eat them on stream. So yes, indeed, always when I'm eating. Talk about your current events in 2025 YouTube Shorts and future plans. Okay, that's true. I'll do that first. Actually, it's probably going to be a better idea. We'll send it off with this video. So before that, yeah. Okay, should be set up. So now, yes, my current events in 2025 YouTube Shorts. My current events. How would I put this? Well, the semester's coming to an end, so I will at the end of this one. Christmas is around the corner. I'm myself surprised by how fast that went, and so that means I'll probably be going once again, just like last year, going back to back down south, back to North Carolina. We'll see where I'm going to be at. So yeah, that's where I'll be over Christmas break, and then my YouTube Shorts. How would I put this? I mean, yeah, I mean, I have some of them queued up, and I'll definitely start doing more YouTube Shorts that are focused on the kind of the AI content almost, because all people are always like, always AI slop, and you don't actually know like any of this, and you're just, because AI slop assumes that you don't actually know anything about it, and that um, you're just doing it to have something on there. Well, you know, my videos I actually understand that because I make them, I have to listen to them, I have to like cut them up and stuff like that, and add transitions. So I have to listen to them. But so I understand them, and so I will start making kind of like teaser shorts almost. Um, Time flies when you're sleeping. Ha ha ha! Really funny. Anyways, I will start making teaser shorts, especially for that one that got some pretty good amount of views, which was that one. Google will give Apple $1 billion now. It's what $1 billion sponsorship partnership, I guess, and basically Siri will be powered by Google Gemini, or we'll get a power boost or something like that. I'm not sure entirely what that means, if whatever, but I know I specifically remember the AI or Apple investing a pretty big amount of money into AI, and suddenly has gone, and now they need kind of like Google, a $1 billion Google bailout, to come and save Siri or whatever. It's a little interesting, so I'll make a video about that, or short, kind of like a teaser for the already existing video. And yeah, I'll look for more. I'll look for more topics as time goes as well, to see like which is one interesting topic. There's been a lot of interesting topics along tech sides and stuff like that. You know, and I'm not talking about stuff like with the comet, the three eye atlas or whatever that everybody's talking about right now. It's a little that one's a little overblown. It's a little over. People are talking about it way too much, I would say, and so that's why. Yeah, that's why I'm not really gonna talk about that unless there's a huge, like, I don't know, AI kind of turn of events, or or something of that sort. So other than that, I will not be making a video like a big technology, something like some technology news, some AI news with that or whatever. If AI figures out what it is, if AI says, if AI, some sort of AI says that's a alien vessel, a mothership that's letting out minions, and they're scouting our planet, and we're all fucked. Well, then I will make a video about it, because it's interesting. But I don't think an AI will uh, say that it is an alien ship, unless you wanted to say that it's an alien ship. I don't think it would say it on its own. But yeah, the comet now has a very long tail, which is proof of ET life. Yes, the comet didn't have a tail. That was proof of extraterrestrial life. The comet then had a tail. That was proof of extraterrestrial life. The comet then had two tails going in opposite directions. That was evidence of extraterrestrial life. And now it has a long tail. That is also evidence of extraterrestrial life. Every single one of these the tails, streams, whatever, it's always proof of extraterrestrial life. They were talking about it being a mothership, and it's 7 billion years old. 7 billion years old, and it's. I think it's like somebody said. It's like, I forgot what that even was, honestly, because it was way too complex for me to understand. It was something about like waves or whatever, like it was disrupting waves. I'm not even sure. So I don't want to get into that, because then I would spend the next 30 minutes about talking about just that, and searching stuff up about it. The comment now has an entire, and oh yeah, with the Apple stuff, the Apple will pay a licensing fee to Google for the AI. So yeah, it's a licensing fee, but $1 billion, it's an annual subscription, I believe. So it's pretty expensive annual subscription. Yeah, they couldn't develop their own AI. Google comes to the rescue, but they have a hefty price. Speaking of Three Eye Atlas, I'm honestly just a little curious about the general news. Okay. Like what's the newest? Latest science is perfect. That's what I need. That's just science. I don't want science. Interstellar comet through Atlas tail is still growing. Oh no! Interstellar extended ion tail are releasing gas and dust as it travels through the inner solar system. Stunning news. Cosmic visitors' ion tail has grown dramatically longer and more structured. Sun intensifying activity as intensifying 100% extraterrestrial activity. Like that little alien is right there. Like eventually, once we get the Mars images, I don't even know if they have released the Mars images yet. Even though the government shutdown is now over, maybe they'll find out another excuse not to. Perhaps they did find like a, big old alien over there. The image captured by the Virtual Telescope project, Musk put 18 separate 120-second exposures are only taken by robotic Nazis in Italy, despite being just so it was like an Italian thing type of deal. Only the third confirmed interstellar object ever detected. Unlike his predecessors, this visitor from another star system is bright enough to be studied in detail by ground-based telescopes. Interstellar. It is interstellar. It's like 7 billion years old. It's very interstellar. It's like intergalactic, actually. Almost like kind of feels like maybe not intergalactic. Perhaps it is, but kind of crazy. Almost seems like it. But it's not traveling at the speed of light, so maybe not intergalactic, but it is definitely from a very far, definitely from very far away. Growing length and brightness of the tail suggests increasing sublimation of volatile materials, including. So this does offer a scientific explanation, and not just like it's accelerating. They're pushing the throttle forward. Oh my gosh! Just for the fuck of it, I just want to have that one guy. Here he is. There he is. Yes, it's it's revving its engine. Yes, it's definitely. That's why its tail is growing. Oh my gosh, I can't with this guy. That's just ridiculous. It's not over enough to publish the images. Got to delete Marvin the Martian. Yes, definitely. They gotta. Yeah, I'll show you that. That's the alien right there. Let me just make this really quick. Oh my gosh. Yeah, wait. Let me pull up good old paint. It's gonna be ridiculous. Let me stop sharing this really quickly. You're gonna have to look at my face, but this is gonna be ridiculous. I'm gonna show you a proven image. A first, world's first. Hang on, here it is. 3i Atlas. This is a small resolution picture. I need a bigger resolution. Hang on. It's coming. Image, that. Oh man, come on, let me get this. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to do this the long way then. No, it's gonna take just a little more. I'm fighting the tabs because this is really causing me to lag somewhat. Okay. How many people do we have? We got one viewer here, and then a couple more viewers on LinkedIn. So still the same numbers. So still I can do whatever I want with my time here. If only I could. Hang on, sorry. Boom. Okay. Let's upload it. Come on. Using a new. How is this? There we go. Come on. Oh, is that going to work? Really? Come on. Well, I'll just combine this then. Copy this then. Come on, really quick, really quick. Position font, yes. All right, I think I have it ready. Yes, this is the one. The big image of the this is the sign of extraterrestrial life on 3i Atlas right here. Hang on, let me show this to you. This is really shocking image right here. It was provided to me by Avi Loeb. Sorry, I forgot to. His name shall not be mentioned. It's just a Harvard researcher, the professional Harvard researcher who studies astronomy and is a professional and is a professional in astronomy, cometology, all that stuff. So here is the image. There it is. Here's a proof. And what's that? Oh, what's that? Let's enhance. Wait, let me see this. Yes, we can see this. All right, what's that? Let's enhance. Enhance. There he is. There he is. See that? That's proof right there. That's proof to me. That's enough proof to see. I've been telling you. Avi Lowe's been telling you that entire time, and here he is. There he finally is. Totally. This is a professional rendering studio. This is not Canva. I cannot unfortunately hide this. But yeah, this is totally true. This is a true image. So yeah, there you have it, folks. Extraterrestrial life is upon us, and it looks like Marvin the Martian shall be joining us very soon here on planet Earth. Maybe he'll be the first interstellar visitor, intergalactic possibly visitor. So yeah, and oh man, yeah, that's just basically this is their evidence right here. That's basically what they're talking about right now. Although some of it is interesting, some of the properties, I believe that the vast majority can be explained away by natural means and stuff like that. So, but of course, there will always be conspiracy theorists who are literally contrarians in everything, and they will always say, "Oh, this is a they doctored the footage. It's not actually that. Or there's actually 5. They'll claim anything." So yeah, that's why NASA is no longer addressing it, because it's just become such a media heavy issue. It's become so skewed by media and everything and the people. That it would be pointless to try to convince anybody that it's just it's it's natural. So instead, this is what you have. There he is. There he freaking is. So yeah. So I think I rest my case. That you saw it for yourself. That's like the biggest evidence of extraterrestrial life. And I mean, I don't know, since what was that big case? since that the naval carriers, and before that was Roswell, basically. So yeah, since then. Yeah. So, anyways, for final 15 minutes. So I guess for the final 13 minutes, I shall 14 minutes. Actually, it's perfect. I shall play this video on LinkedIn, and we'll send it off on this note. Yeah. So let's see this video, and I'll send it off on this note because also I want to get my impressions. So if I do mention LinkedIn for the next 15 minutes, then yeah. So let's watch this. And let's watch the video. Share this. Can we see it? Yes, we can. Probably hide myself also. And I'll mute myself. So enjoy the video. Bring out the popcorn. Bring out whatever you got. And yeah, just enjoy the show.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Today we are tackling the platform that everyone knows they should be on, but let's be honest, very few people truly master
It's quite quiet. Hang
LinkedIn.
On. That is really quiet. What the heck? Or isn't it just me? That might be just me, honestly. My headphones are messing up. Anyways, hopefully that's not for everybody else. Hopefully this can play normally. I just hope so. So just let me know if it's playing way too quiet.
Welcome back to The Deep Dive. Today we are tackling the platform that everyone knows they should be on, but let's be honest, very few people truly master LinkedIn. And if you, like so many professionals, feel like you're just sort of shouting into the void, spending hours on a post only to hear crickets, this deep dive is for you. This is your shortcut.
Yeah, our mission today is to get past all the quick fix schemes, the vanity metrics. We're digging into a source presentation that throws down a really clear, powerful idea.
And what's that?
That figure, I don't know what's going on with that. I thought it was only my headphones because when I pressed it, it was kind of quiet on it. Yeah, it is quiet on its own for some reason. This is up. My headphones are very much up. So I don't know. That's a little interesting. So I'll have to probably figure that out on my own. That's what just sounds normal here on my end. It's way too quiet. I don't know. Then maybe it's different for YouTube and LinkedIn. I don't know what could be causing that. So that's a little interesting. Well, welcome to Heba. Hello there. But yeah, for me, for myself, I can barely hear it. What about on LinkedIn? What if I play it here?
The whole thesis is just
and then press
quality
it on
over
or
quantity.
watch it through LinkedIn. How is that going to work? Let's see. I'm genuinely curious because
Always.
This is a little.
We're here to really
weird.
challenge that instinct to post every single
Let's see.
day.
And focus on thoughtful engagement instead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, please work. Wow, now even I'm quiet. What the heck?
Deep, thoughtful, and targeted.
Okay, so let's jump right into that core frustration because the sources kick off by asking a really critical question. Why do most LinkedIn posts just fail?
They do. And it
That's never
opens with
happened
this thing
before.
that's just so relatable. The source calls it Alan's tragic take.
Alan's
Yeah, even
tragic
on
take.
LinkedIn,
I
when
feel like
have it
I
on
know
max
Alan.
volume.
We're all Alan sometimes. It's that, that painful situation
It's
where you
it's
spend
probably only
2,
my
maybe
headphones
3
or something
hours
like that, but
crafting the
like that
quote-unquote perfect
he said
post.
on
Oh
YouTube
yeah,
that it's
you've
way
got
too
the custom
quiet.
graphic. Every word is perfect.
End result,
So interesting.
tumbleweeds.
But well, you know what? I'll just close this and hopefully I'll fix it. And if not, then I'll just keep playing it and we'll just watch till the end. That's a little weird. Bye. And I was not gonna load at all, huh?
Quality over quantity,
Oh man,
always. We're here to really challenge that instinct to post every single day.
And focus on thoughtful engagement instead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Deep, thoughtful, and targeted.
Okay, so let's jump right into that core frustration because the sources kick off by asking a really critical question. Why do most LinkedIn posts just fail?
They do.
Uh.
And it opens with this thing that's just so relatable. The source calls it Alan's tragic take.
Alan's tragic take. I feel like I know Alan.
We're all Alan sometimes. It's that painful situation where you spend 2, maybe 3 hours crafting the quote-unquote perfect post.
Oh yeah, you've got the custom graphic. Every word is perfect.
And the result, tumbleweeds.
Nah.
Just nothing. It's like throwing a huge party and nobody shows up.
It is. And that makes me want to ask you, the listener, think about your own experiences here. Have you ever spent way too much time on one post, only to watch it completely flop?
It's a horrible feeling.
It is. So why do we believe that the time we put in should automatically equal the impact we get out, especially on this platform?
Well, because we're all victims of what the source calls the instant gratification epidemic. The data they present is pretty staggering.
What does it say?
96% of B2B marketers are looking for that immediate hit. The likes, the comments, that quick validation.
The dopamine rush?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the LinkedIn algorithm is basically built to frustrate that exact desire.
So it's the ultimate patience test then.
It's precisely that. The algorithm, based on our research, rewards sustained patience. It rewards long-term trust, not the one-hit wonder.
And if you fail that test?
Your content gets sent straight to the spam filter supreme. The algorithm is pickier than a 5-star food critic at a gas station buffet.
Ha! Okay.
Any low-quality, rushed content gets banished immediately to the digital vault.
And what defines low quality can be surprising, right? It's not just like spelling mistakes.
No, not at all. It's often just a mismatch. The source highlights those hustle culture posts that are always failing.
Oh, the I woke up at 4 a.m. and conquered the world posts.
Those are the ones. And they don't fail because the topic is inherently bad.
Yeah.
They fail because your audience, scrolling through their feed, is just too tired to engage with that kind of aggressive energy.
Right. There's a total disconnect between the post and the audience's mental bandwidth.
Exactly. Their energy to actually interact.
Okay, so if that spam filter is so brutal, how do we get past it? How do we move from just avoiding failure to actually getting seen?
We have to understand the algorithm's secret. So every post, the second you upload it, it goes through this rapid evaluation. They call it the spam test.
Is it promotional? Is it low quality? Is it real?
Right. And this happens faster than your English teacher ever graded an essay. If it passes that, it moves to the most important stage.
Yeah.
The audience audition.
I love that analogy. It's like LinkedIn's own version of America's Got Talent, but for your content.
That's exactly how they frame it. A good post gets a trial run with a small, specific slice of your network, a little test crowd.
And LinkedIn is basically asking them, hey, does this resonate with the right people?
And that trial is everything. If that initial small group shows strong, early engagement, and I mean comments, shares, not just views, that post earns what's called the victory lap.
And that's the VIP treatment.
That's the VIP treatment. Widespread distribution across the platform. That's how quality content actually scales up and gets in front of people you don't even know.
So this all comes back to frequency then. What's the magic number? Are we supposed to be posting every single day?
No. Categorically not. The source is very clear. Daily posting usually leads to burnout and, the natural slide into lower quality.
So what's the pro tip?
3 to 5 quality posts per week. That's the benchmark. That strategy, focusing on high quality, will beat daily word vomit every single time.
Okay, but 3 to 5, that seems low to anyone used to the TikTok or Instagram grind. If I have 6 really good posts, am I penalized for that? Why is that the sweet spot?
It's about consistency and the value you're signaling. If you flood the zone, even with pretty good content, the algorithm starts to think you're not curating.
That you're just desperate for attention.
Exactly. 3 to 5 lets you dedicate the real time needed to make every single post a home run. It trains your audience to expect value from you, not just noise.
All right, so we've got the frequency. What about the content itself? This brings us to the payoff, the power of thoughtful, well-researched content.
And this is where we get the story of CEO Rohan Kapoor's plot twist.
Which is a fantastic story.
It really is. He realized he was treating LinkedIn like a speed typing championship, just posting fast and often.
And his plot twist
Was revolutionary. He started thinking before he posted. He shifted his entire focus to creating these deep analytical posts designed to solve huge industry problems.
And the result wasn't that he went viral overnight.
Not at all. The source points out he had leads who were silently stalking his profile for months, just reading his stuff, internalizing his expertise, and then eventually reaching out.
And they became high-value clients.
It's proof that trust isn't built overnight. It's built over weeks, months of sustained intellectual generosity. And this matters because of the platform's business value.
Right, there's a big stat here.
A huge one, 58% of Inc. 5,000 CEOs rank LinkedIn as their #1 social platform for business growth.
And the source is a pretty dry note on that. It says the other 42% are probably still figuring out Twitter.
Yeah. But it shows you that serious leaders are on the platform looking for substance. They're not scrolling for fluff.
They want expertise. Which leads us perfectly into the prep phase, because the data shows engagement starts way before you even hit post.
This is the part everyone skips.
Yeah.
The 30-minute warm-up rule.
The pre-game stretch.
That's it. Before you drop your masterpiece, you have to be visible. You have to engage with your network. Comment, like, share. Just be a human being.
It's like algorithmic reciprocity. You're signaling to the system that you're an active community member.
Exactly. So when you do post, the algorithm is more likely to show your content to the people you just talked to.
And when you post, the focus needs to be on them, not you. The content has to solve actual problems.
Address your own ego or need.
What is funny is that the
Validation.
buffer is
Stop posting what you want to say.
very much
And
buffered.
start posting what they need solved.
Still lags for some
100%.
reason.
Okay, and this leads to maybe the most surprising bit of advice in the whole presentation. It feels really counterintuitive for, high-level professionals.
The reading level.
Right at a 6th grade reading level for 50% more engagement.
It sounds like we're asking you to dumb down your expertise. But that's not it at all.
What is it then?
It's about respecting people's time. It's accessibility. When you're scrolling fast, you don't have time to decode what the source calls corporate hieroglyphics.
Yeah, all that jargon.
Exactly. If people have to stop and parse your complex sentences, they're just going to keep scrolling.
So it's not about being less intelligent. It's about being more efficient, more clear.
Precisely. You're removing the barriers so they can absorb your brilliant idea instantly and engage with it faster.
Okay, let's move on to the actual delivery, the content formats. If you're still just posting blocks of text, you're missing out. Big time.
You are. You're missing what they call the Netflix addiction of the algorithm. It is pushing of the algorithm. It is pushing rich media so aggressively.
What are the numbers?
Video posts get 5 times more engagement than text. And if you can pull it off, LinkedIn Live gets a massive 24 times more engagement.
24 times. So video supremacy is real.
It's very real.
But for those of us who, dread the idea of being on camera, there's another option. Poll power.
Yeah, polls are called the lazy person's engagement hack. But, and here's where we need to be careful.
Okay.
Aren't polls just contributing to that low-quality fluff we were just warned about?
That's a great question. And it's about the distinction. A low-quality poll is just asking for validation, right? Do you agree with this obvious thing?
Right.
A high-quality poll, on the other hand, is basically legal cheating. It's free market research. You ask your audience to weigh in on a real pain point, and you get data that informs your next big piece of content.
So if it's thoughtful, it drives business insight. If it's just looking for likes, it's garbage.
Exactly. And the ultimate goal, no matter what format you use, is variety. You need to be a content DJ.
Mix it up: text, images, videos, polls.
Because the source has a really dire warning about getting into a routine.
It does. It says the algorithm hates one-trick ponies. If you post the same format over and over, you'll get algorithm ghosted faster than you can say synergy.
Okay, let's talk strategy. When and how often? We need to nail down the timing.
Okay, prime time windows. Tuesday through Thursday, 8 to 10 a.m., and again from 3 to 5 p.m. local time. That's when professionals are scrolling most.
So is it just a coincidence that those times line up perfectly with when people are, settling in for the day or desperately trying to avoid their last meeting?
Huh. No, it's not a coincidence at all.
Yeah.
It's completely driven by user behavior. The morning window is catch-up time. The afternoon one is that slump where your attention just starts to wander.
We're capitalizing on low focus periods,
We are. And we still have to stick to the 24-hour rule.
which is mandatory.
Absolutely. You have to space your posts at least 24 hours apart. If you post too often, the algorithm thinks you're having a manic episode, and desperation is the fastest way to kill your reach.
So we come back to it again. 3 to 5 quality posts a week. A marathon, not a sprint.
That's the sustainable schedule that prevents burnout and keeps the algorithm happy.
All right, this all leads to the big picture. Building your professional brand. What's the secret recipe for content that makes you a thought leader?
The recipe is substance. It's sharing original research. And yes, Google Scholar is your friend. It's sharing industry trends that actually matter to your audience's bottom line.
And if you tell personal stories,
They have to be genuinely insightful, not just those tired, I woke up at 5 a.m., now I'm rich. Humble brags.
and there's a specific balance to this, right? The 80-20 rule.
That's it. 80% professional insights, hard data, and then you balance that with 20% personal authenticity.
And that 20% is crucial for showing you're a human.
Yes, not a corporate robot programmed only to say circle back.
So what does that 20% look like without, oversharing?
It's reflecting on a real challenge in your career. It's sharing a book recommendation that changed how you think. It's talking about a leadership lesson you learned from a failure.
It's vulnerability and growth.
That's what builds real connection, far more than just listing your accomplishments.
And speaking of connection, you can't just post and walk away. The first hour rule is critical.
You have to reply to comments within that first hour. Your post's life literally depends on it.
Because the algorithm is watching.
It's always watching. Your immediate responses fuel that engagement fire, signaling that this post is generating a real-time conversation. And that's exactly what LinkedIn wants to promote.
So let's wrap this up by looking at the hard data. Does all this effort actually move the needle for a business?
It absolutely does. The results are compelling. Consistent quality posting can drive a 5 times boost in your profile views.
Wow.
And this is key. When your employees are sharing that quality content, the company's follower growth jumps 9 times faster.
So quality scales.
It scales influence. But the real win, like we saw with Rohan Kapoor, isn't just the views. It's attracting the right kind of leads.
The ones who actually read your stuff.
Exactly. The ones who get your value, not the ones just spamming your DMs with "what's your budget?" This focus builds long-term advocates for your brand.
It's like having an unpaid marketing team.
That's a perfect way to put it.
So the final call to action from our source is really clear. Stop chasing quantity like it's a Black Friday sale. Focus on meaning, not virality.
LinkedIn is not TikTok.
It's not. The path is quality, strategic engagement, and solving real problems. That's how you grow your brand and create opportunity.
That's the whole strategy.
Which brings us to our final thought for you to chew on. The sources suggest the real goal here is building long-term brand advocates, people who champion your work even when you're not in the room. And that raises a really important question. Are you measuring your success by short-term views, or are you focused on the long-term trust that you're so diligently building?
Go out there and create something that actually adds value, something people want to read. Your audience will thank you for it, and the algorithm will finally reward your patience.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Whoops, I forgot to turn on my microphone first. So that was an interesting video that we just watched. It was if you want to go watch it on your own, go to NC Web Dev. That's my dad's project. He releases videos almost daily, I believe. So go check it out. He has some interesting content on there. And yeah, so interesting statistics. And of course, I wanted to talk about LinkedIn. Probably didn't attract any LinkedIn viewers, but anyways, it is what it is. And I just wanted to check this out because this was an interesting video. I'm not muted. No, yeah, I unmuted myself now. Anyways, so this is an interesting. This is an interesting graph because it says first 1 hour it already had 36 views, right? On Tuesday, and it stayed the same. But then you go into updating live real time, right? And it shows that yesterday. Oh, I forgot. Oh yeah, yesterday, because for me it's now Saturday. So yesterday, Friday or 2 hours ago, it started getting views, 37 to be exact, right? So this says it's been here. These views have been here since that time, but then this says these views have rolled up recently. This is really confusing. I was like, what the hell is it? What the hell does that mean? So yeah, but no. So that means it has just appeared now. So yes, this stream has gotten 37 views. So that's a pretty successful stream, I would say. So I'm pretty proud of that. So I'm glad it went pretty well, but not a lot of people stayed long enough, I guess. But it did show up 37 times and 37 people clicked. So I'm very interested. Very interested, but some people were interested in what I had to say. So, well, anyways, I'll end it off on that note. Boom. And with that, the stream is now over, concluded, since not a lot of other people came along. Maybe perhaps if other people showed up and messaged and made it interesting, then I would stay live longer. But 1.5 hours is actually pretty long enough. So yeah, and so I will not hold you up any longer. Thank you for viewing my stream, whoever stopped by or whoever's watching it on replay and lasted till the end somehow. Then thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your support, and thanks to all those who stopped by. And I will be live again this Sunday, actually, right now, in 2 days. Well, tomorrow, but tomorrow. I was looking at something. Anyways, tomorrow I will be live Sunday at 11 a.m. Central and 12 p.m. Eastern. So on my classic My Weekly Reflection stream, similar but a little different. It'll be a little more professional. And yeah, so stop by then. And I do those every Sunday. And stop by then. Be glad to see you there. And until then, have a great rest of your night, wherever you might be. Cheers, whatever. And I'll see you on Sunday. So